What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So in today's video, I want to specifically talk about the housing crisis. I want to address whether you should buy a house in 2022. I will address what I am doing and what I have done over the past year. And I want to address, is real estate in a bubble and are we about to burst? So let's address what is first going on. Right now, I've been getting a lot of questions from people regarding home prices. Are we anticipating home prices to continue to go up? Are home prices going to drop? Are we going to see this bubble burst and home prices the floor just comes falling out from underneath us? What is going to happen over the next year or so? So I want to address that. But first, let me just say one thing. If you are investing for the long term into real estate, you will be perfectly fine. If you're investing for the next 1 year to 5 years, then you plan to sell, maybe the price that you sell for later on is not what you paid for in the home today. But if you plan on selling in 10, 20, 30, or 50 years, you're going to be perfectly fine. So if you're buying real estate for the long term, you will be perfectly fine. Now, here's what I can tell you. Health experts anticipate home prices in the larger cities are going to surge even faster in 2022. Here's the reason why. As of right now, what a lot of experts are telling us is that the Omicron variant surging in many cities is actually causing a lot of larger businesses to move away from in-person work. And you're probably thinking, well, that is great. That means home prices in these larger cities is going to fall. And the answer is yes. Prices are looking like they're going to fall. However, many people are not selling right now. They are going to wait to see what happens with this Omicron variant. So here's what health experts are anticipating. They anticipate that the Omicron variant will not be a real concern in a few months. That's only a real concern right now when everybody is locked up indoors and with really nowhere to go. So come early spring, they say this could be a complete afterthought. So because of this, housing experts are anticipating that prices will surge following the news of larger companies moving back into their office buildings, back into their large buildings in these larger cities, Seattle, down in Dallas, Los Angeles, right? Miami, New York. These are going to be some really, really big times. So here's what I can tell you. Right now, this is not where the predictions are stopping though. Here's the other factor that really plays into this. Over the last few days, actually since yesterday, on Sunday, we learned that Senator Joe Manchin, he is pulling the plug on the Build Back Better Act for multiple reasons, which I'm not going to get into in today's video. I will do this later on in one of the stimulus updates, but we knew in the Build Back Better Act, in the Human Infrastructure Bill, there was $160 billion for affordable housing. Well, guess what? Guess how much money is there for affordable housing now? Zero. Nothing. This makes many people wonder, how are we going to help make housing more affordable? The White House promised that home prices would become more affordable, but obviously this isn't going to happen anytime soon. Could we expect the Federal Reserve raising interest rates a possible of 3 times in 2022? Is that going to lower home prices? Yeah, potentially. But as it lowers home prices and your interest rate goes up, it's essentially the same price. So that's another issue. So is this going to really impact us? Probably not. Many expect that these moves by the Federal Reserve will help lower prices, but everything else that's going on is only going to cause home prices to continue to climb. But keep this in mind. The average hourly wage has risen over the past year, and expectations are that hourly wages will continue to climb another 3.9% in 2022. We also know that according to AARP, at least 25 states are planning minimum wage increases for 2022 alone. This is in addition to what many states have already done. This is in addition to what many companies have already said, that they are going to be raising their minimum wage to 10, 12, 15, 20 bucks an hour. Which, guess what? As more people have more money, what does that do to real estate? Pushes real estate up. Here's the reason why. When more people are getting into real estate to buy, and here's the problem with this. I was looking the other day to try to figure out, how much I could rent, a new property that I have, and I was trying to figure it out, and I was thinking, you know what, what I'm paying for, compared to what I'm going to get for it, I could probably pull in almost double. Okay. Now here's the reason why I bring this up. It's because that's the going rate. That is the going rate right now. So a lot of people say, I can't afford to buy a home, but others say, I can't afford to rent an apartment. So if you can't afford either one, which one's going to be the easiest one to get into? Probably renting, right? Well, in some cases, no. Because let's say you have to put a first month's deposit or a first month payment last month and a safety deposit. Okay, you got to put all three of those. You might be in it about $6,000 to $10,000 anyway. So that's the issue. Is for some, it's not even affordable to rent a place right now. Even Fannie Mae is predicting that home appreciation will increase by 7.4% in 2022. According to the National Association of Realtors, they predict existing homes are going to go up at least 2.8%, and new homes will increase by 4.4%. Now, even though we might not see record growth in 2022, experts say that the growth rate is slowing. However, growth is still growth. Now, let me mention this. What I can tell you, okay, maybe we don't see a 19% increase like we did from, I think, September to September. But maybe we don't see that next year in 2022. But even if it's 15%, 10%, 5%, that's so much growth that the majority of people cannot afford it. So here's the crisis that we're going to be facing. People are going to have more money, but they're going to be stuck in the homes that they currently live in. Now, okay, I don't want to say stuck, because honestly, having a home, having a place to live, a place to rest, lay down, sleep, eat, grow your, raise your family, I think that's great, just having a place. But some people want to move. Some people want to, go to a different city, right? Explore, kind of advance their careers. But that's the other problem is, how do you advance a career when you have to move into a larger city, but now the larger city has higher prices? What do you do then? Most people stay put, stay in that smaller city, maybe drive more. Well, if gas prices go back up, then what do? Do you pay more in gas, or do you just bite the bullet and pay more for a home? That's a tough question. These are part of the tough questions that people have to answer. Now, I know many people are thinking, or were thinking, that home prices were going to fall because evictions were going to go up, right? Landlords were going to be tired of their tenants, want to sell their properties. In some cases, yes, landlords probably are tired of their tenants, but again, it wasn't the tenant's fault. It was a pandemic. However, that isn't what was going on. That's not what is actually going on throughout the United States. Home prices are not falling because evictions went up. Evictions really have stayed somewhat flat. But right now, there's so much equity in people's homes that it's so easy for a landlord or a homeowner to just pull some money out. Let's say they get a HELOC, okay, a home equity line of credit. They take some money out, or they refinance, right? Take some money out of their home, pay off some of their debts, right? They're good to go. They just have a higher monthly payment, and everything's fine. But right now, we're not seeing anything like we saw in 2008, when everybody was upside down in their homes, or a large portion of the population was upside down, where we had those ninja loans, the no income, no job, right? Everybody qualifies. That's not what we have today. Okay, we have more strict standards. Housing experts don't anticipate a crash anytime soon. And when home prices finally do come down, let's address this. Let's address this big bubble. And is it about to burst? experts are anticipating that yes, this bubble will burst. It will burst. But when it bursts, how likely is it to fall back down to 2008 numbers, right? 2018 levels. How likely is that? A lot of people say it's very unlikely. The most likely situation is we fall back to early 2020 levels. So we're not going to see a huge dip. We're not going to see huge discounts in real estate. So getting in now, according to many experts, is actually considered a very good deal. But let me address what I'm currently doing, okay? Because I know a lot of people asked the last time I did a video on this, so let me just address this. First, I did buy a new home, or actually not new, but new to my family. Home for my family and I, a larger home, and we did this back in the early part of 2021. We obviously kept our other home, renting it out, right? And we're looking to buy another real estate deal, right? Another rental property. Now, finding deals right now can be difficult, okay? People can pretty much ask whatever they want. Realtors are almost open to that idea. Just, okay, let's put it out there for this, and we're not gonna accept any offer until we get 3 to 4 offers on the table, and we can pretty much pin them against each other, right? But here's what I can tell you. If you are actively looking for a deal, look. Be out there, be on the prowl, trying to look for a deal, right? Try to find something that is not necessarily on sale, right? Chances are you're not gonna find something that's undervalued. I'm always looking, but here's what you need to figure out. Is there value add? Can you add value to a property? And how do you do that? Let's say it's something as simple as, does it have a carport that you can enclose and turn it into a garage? In some cases, that will add value to it, right? Now, I'm not looking to flip anything. I'm looking for something that I can buy a little bit under value. I can add value to it by renovating and fixing it up, and then I will rent it out. If I can take a single family home, and let's say it has 2 different doors, upstairs, downstairs, whatever, and I can split it to make it a duplex, I'll do that. If I can take a duplex that is run down, has had the same tenants in the property for the last 5-10 years, and it needs some upkeep, I will fix it up, rent it back out, probably not to the same tenants, but I will rent the 2 units out, or however many units I have, rent those out for an increased rate, okay, to give me back some of the money that I invested. So that's what I'm looking at doing. Okay, that's what I have done over the past year or so. So right now, are there deals out there? Yes, but you're not going to be able to just see the deal by looking on, Realtor.com, okay, Redfin or Zillow. You will most likely have to get out to the properties, evaluate them yourself, figure out can they be fixed up, right? It doesn't matter if it's a rental property or if it's one that you plan to live in yourself. Go look. There's always something out there that could be made better, that you could actually add some equity into the home or into your real estate. So that's what I'm doing right now. If you have any questions whatsoever, you can ask down in the comment section below. One thing I just want to add. The housing crisis right now is so difficult to predict because people have more money than ever before, or in most cases. There's very limited amount of homes on the market. Interest rates are still very good, right? They could go up, but it might not be until possibly April, May, or June. And is real estate in a bubble? Some say yes, the bubble will eventually burst, but when it does burst, we're going to come back down to about 2020 levels. If this is the case, buying now and getting a deal now will essentially mean the home is going to be the same price in 2020 or in 2022. So again, if you have any questions on that, please let me know. But that is what we're hearing at this time. Later on today, I will be coming out and talking about what Senator Joe Manchin did have to say regarding the upcoming human infrastructure bill and why he is not really pressing to get affordable housing or other forms of stimulus included. So if you have any questions on any of this stuff, please ask your questions down in the comment section below. Again, thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.